Okay, so here is the script that I talked about in the previous video. Basically, it's a Matlab script, and I'm using some variables to make my script, flexible. Okay, easy to visualize. So here I have a variable called time unit. This will help me, okay, to pause in between applying the rotations, because I'm going to apply the rotations across the entire 360 degrees, okay? So at every rotation step, I'm going to pause by 0.1 seconds, okay? To make it visible to us as it rotates, okay? And this is the rotation step or rotation rate. I'm going to rotate by 5 degrees every time unit, okay? So I create my rotation matrix, which is rot z here. This creates a rotation about the z-axis by this much of angles, okay, or degrees. So I have here have a rotation by 5 degrees every time unit, and this is my radius, that the circle that I'm rotating about, okay, or rotating following, okay, and this is my a point here, or a vector, okay, in the XY plane, okay, which has basically a norm of r, okay. So we expect to draw a circle of radius r as we rotate 360 degrees. Okay, let's see. So the first thing is that I will plot my P, okay, on the XY plane here. So I say, well, plot P of 1, which is nothing but R. This gives me the x-axis, and P sub 2, which is nothing but the y-axis. And I'm ignoring the z-axis because we are not showing we are just in the XY plane here, okay? And I'm showing this as an O here in the plot. These are just to set up the plot area, okay? And then I'm looping here from 1, okay? Actually, this should have been a 0 here, okay? And then I step by rotation rate, okay, which is 5, defined to be 5. So for 360 up to 360 degrees. Okay, so this basically gives me a sequence like this. So I start with 0, then 5, then 10, and 15, and so on and so forth, until you reach 355, and then 360, and then stops. Okay. Every time I get an iteration here. This is a for loop iteration, for loop. Okay, every iteration, what do? I basically update my vector to be to rotate it around the z-axis by pre-multiplying it by this rotation matrix. Okay, and then I plot the new dimensions of my vector here. Okay, plot the head of the vector. And then just to make sure that my view doesn't change each time I plot, I fix my axis limit to be from minus 1.1 into the radius to 1.1 into the radius. This is in the x direction, and in the y direction it's the same. Okay. And then I pause for time unit, and then I go to the next loop iteration. So the time unit is nothing but 0.1 second. Okay, so we expect to finish in a very short time. Okay, matter of a few seconds. Okay, so let's run this and see how it goes. Okay. I'm not sure if my sharing shows the plot screen, but let me update my sharing here to show the full desktop instead of just the MATLAB application, so that I make sure that you can see what I see. So let me go back to Matlab and then run the script here, run the script. And then you see that the vector is being rotated by 5 degrees each time, okay, until we reach 360 and then it stops. Okay, so this is basically, this script here shows you how to use the rotation matrix as an operator rather than a transformation from the representation, okay, or a change in representation. Let me stop the video here.